we are now going to pause from tonight's entertainment for an update from our esteemed assistant treasurer.
I shall not take but a few moments of your time this evening, as I know you would all much rather be listening to this interesting entertainment than to a dry financial report. However, I am reminded of a story which probably all of you have heard. It seems there were these two Irishmen, and they were walking down the street when they came to I should have said in the first place that there was this parrot hanging out in front of the store, which belonged to one of these two fellows, to the first Irishman, who was anyway, there was this parrot, and well, in connection with the report to be read this evening, there were one or two points that Dr. Fortescue brought up in connection with the report, and he has asked me to bring them up to bring them up. In the first place, there's the question of the work we are trying to do up at our little place on Silver Lake. It's a very important work, and we believe that not only is it something that fills a very definite need in the community, but it also fills a very definite need in the community. I don't think many members of the society understand how big the work is that we're trying to do there. For instance, I don't think that it's generally known that most of the boys are between the age of 14. We feel that by taking a boy at this age, we're able to get closer to his real nature. And a boy has a very real nature, you may be sure. And bring him into closer touch, not only with the school and the parents and with each other, but also with the town in which he lives and with the country to whose flag he pledges allegiance, and to the town in which he lives. And now the fourth point that Dr. Fortescue wanted brought up is in connection with the new furnace that was installed last fall. It seems that there's been a great deal of talk about whether this work was done as economically as it might have been. As a matter of fact, it was done just as economically as possible. In fact, even more so. I have here a report of the furnace committee detailing exactly how the entire business was handled, start to finish. Bids were submitted by the following firms of furnace contractors, with a clause stating that if we did not engage a firm to do this work for us, that we should pay them nothing for submitting the bids. Now, this clause alone saved us a great deal of money. The following firms then submitted bids: Merkel Wibigant Company, the Eureka Dustbin and Shaker Company, the Elite Furnace Shop, and Harris, Birnbauer, and Harris. The bid of Merkel Wibigant being the lowest, the Birnbauer and Harris were selected to do the job. That bid pretty well clears up that business. Now, those of you who contributed so generously last year to the floating hospital have probably wondered what became of that money. I was speaking on this subject just last week in our upstate branch on this topic, and after the program, this sweet little old lady, all dressed in lavender, came up on the platform and approached me, and placing her hand on my arm, she said, Mr. So-and-so, calling me by name, Mr. So-and-so, what the hell did you do with all that money we gave you last year? And I just laughed and pushed her off the platform. But it has occurred to the committee that some of you, like that little old lady, might want to know the disposition of the funds. Now, Mr. Rossiter, unfortunately our treasurer, that is to say, Mr. Rossiter, our treasurer, unfortunately, is confined at home tonight. Well, it seems the joke is on me. Mr. Rossiter is going to Brazil. Following then is a summary of the treasurer's report. During the year 2012, and by that is meant 2013, the Choral Society received the following in donations. BLG, $5,000, GKM, $5,000, Lottie and Nellie W, $5,000. In memory of a happy summer at Rehoboth Beach, $138. Proceeds of the sale of coats and hats left in the vestibule last year, $199.74. And then the Junior League gave a performance of Pinafore for the benefit of the fund, which unfortunately resulted in a deficit of $4,118.74. Then from dues and laboratory charges, $32,340.75. And following the installation of the new furnace, a saving in fuel oil amounting to $5,145.27, which made Dr. Fortescue very happy, you may be sure. Making a total of receipts amounting to $50,055.72. This is all, of course, reckoned as of June. In the matter of expenditures, the club has not been so fortunate. There was the unsettled nature of business and the late spring to contend with, resulting in the following rather discouraging figures, I'm afraid. Expenditures, $323,679.93. Then there was a loss owing to several things of $45,675.20. And then Mrs. Dalrymple's expense account, when she went down to Charleston to see the work that they were doing down there, came to $13,521.71, but I'm sure we will all agree that it was worth every penny to find out what they're doing down in Charleston. And then under the general head of odds and ends, $34,839.58, making a total disbursement of $5,719,138.16, or a net deficit of several $100,000. Now, these figures bring us down only to October. In October, my sister got married, and the whole house was torn up. And in the general confusion, we lost track of the figures for May and August. All those wishing approximate figures for May and August, however, may meet me out in the vestibule after the program, where I will be with pledge cards for those of you who would like to subscribe over and above your annual dues. And I hope that each and every one of you here tonight will look deep into your heart and deep into your pocketbooks and see if you cannot find it there to help us put this thing over with a bang. And help us to make this just the biggest and best year that the Armenians have ever had. I thank you.